What's up, folks? In Memphis. On Twitter at Business Square. You catch me at BIDNESSSQUARE at Business Square on Twitter. This is Ed Memphis. And this is the Square Business Sports segment, folks. And I am your host. What is really good, what is cracking, what is backing, and all that other good stuff. We're going to get into the Memphis Grizzlies versus the Milwaukee Bucks recap. I know I'm a little late. I'm a little behind on it. Forgive me. But we here now. You know what I mean? Better now than never. You understand me? So we want to jump right into it, folks. Grizzlies lost last night. It was an ugly one. The Grizzlies were in that game at certain points of the game, but at the end it was just too much Giannis, man. That's really what it was. And then it was guys that caught us from out of nowhere. Guys like DJ Wilson, the power forward, the young power forward. He's like 6'9", 6'10", 230. And he's coming into the league. He was more of just an athletic, potential long, power forward. And now he's really developing to a stretch. Because DJ Wilson was knocking that three ball down last night on us like he had lost his mind. So he's definitely showing that he's capable of becoming a real stretch threat. We got to see a little bit of Utah wannabe. Utah looked pretty decent last night. He played for 6 minutes. But in the middle of 6 minutes he played, he actually looked pretty solid. Javon Carter started to get more minutes by force. I'm pretty sure JB ain't choosing to do that, unfortunately. But thank God that it is happening. Whatever reason, we're able to see more Javon Carter. Javon Carter last night had a pretty decent all-around game in 26 minutes, man. He had 8 points and 5 assists. Jared Jackson had a slow night, 21 minutes. He had like 7 points and 5 rebounds. So he showed a little more on the rebounding end because that's more than what he averages on the season, which is around 4. So it was good to see that. But other than that, man, Jared didn't really have a good night. Mark had a not so bad night. He had a mark close to a mark night, 14 points, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds, I think it was, or 5 rebounds. So it's not bad, but that wasn't enough to get the job done, definitely. Same thing goes for Mike Conley, man. Mike Conley had 14 and 3. And I don't know what's up with Mike, man. I don't think a lot of people noticing that, man. Like, it don't seem like he care to kick in that extra gear and play like the superstar, to play like the $153 million man. That's what I see. I see somebody that's just not performing, bro. That's not living up to standards. I don't care what nobody say. I'm gonna keep talking about it. Because last night, even though Marc Gasol didn't have the greatest game, Marc Gasol actually came to play. Marc Gasol had 14, 5, and 4. He produced across the board with a couple of blocks, of course. Every night he got a couple. So, then I look at the $153 million man. He got 14 points and like 3 assists or something. That's not going to get it done. That's just not going to get it done. It's just not enough, bro. That ain't enough, homie. That ain't going to get it done. So I'm good. I'm glad to see Javon Carter get slowly better and better, because Javon Carter might be exactly what Mike Conley needs. A true push for his minutes. A true push for his role. A true competition for his spot. That might be exactly what Mike Conley needs right now. Somebody to truly push him for his minutes. For his role. You get a young buck in there that want to play defense 94 feet like Javon Carter. And now you all of a sudden, man, you ain't able to make as many mistakes. You ain't able to slack off as much as you are. Now it's starting to stand out. Now it's starting to show. Now the Grizzlies looking at, we're looking at the situation, man. Shout out to my guy, Memphis boy in Texas. My boy be rocking solid, rocking tight as a Jew. You understand me? Shout out to my boy T. Freeman. Shout out to my guy Chuck. You understand me? Shout out to Grizz Mama. Yeah, man. Shout out to my people, man. Everybody rocking solid with me. Rocking solid with us. You can catch me on Twitter at Business Square. That's at BIDNESSSQUARE on Twitter at Business Square. And I'm just gonna. I got a couple of things I want to touch bases on today on Twitter. Well, I went on ESPN.com and I proposed a trade for the Grizzlies and the Denver Nuggets. And the trade I did in the trade machine was Mike Conley, JaMychal Green's expiring. Mike Conley at 33. I think it's 33 million or 30 million, something like that. 30 million. JaMychal Green and Shelvin back. So in exchange from Denver, we get Paul Millsap to coming to Memphis. We would get Paul Millsap, Michael Porter Jr., and Monte Morris, the passing point guard in Denver. Now I got a lot of folks that saying, I don't think that trade will work. And they might be right, because to this day, the Grizzlies haven't made that trade. The Nuggets haven't made that trade. From my knowledge, there hasn't even been no talks about that trade, so they may be absolutely correct. I'm not going to sit there and pretend like I know it all. But I'm going to be honest with you. I'm also not going to sit there and pretend like that's a damn good trade. The Grizzlies give up Conley. They give up JaMychal's expiring and Shelby's expiring. Denver gets a point guard. A lot of folks don't realize, yeah, Jamal Murray looks good. He's looking good. He looks promising as a scorer, but as a point guard, as an efficient point guard in that position, that spot, Jamal Murray ranks as one of the worst in the league as far as pure point ratings, like 150th or something. He's terrible. His assist to turnover ratio is terrible. So he's just not a ball handler, really. He should not have. He's a secondary ball handler. He's really like a third ball handler in the lineup. Because I don't even know if Jamal Murray is not even in that lineup. He shouldn't even be the secondary ball handler. He should be a point guard like Mike Conley and then sharing that duty with somebody like Jokic. I think Mike Conley would be the perfect point guard for a team like Denver. He's a veteran. He's already playoff proven, war ready. He's already proven he can hold up in the war. And he will put them over the hump. As far as being talked about as a serious contender up there with the Houstons and whatnot, he would kind of, he would really propel them into that close to that conversation. Especially if he's as good as the locals say he is. If Mike Conley is as good as y'all say he is, then how can he not be the piece to put Denver over the hump? That's my question. If y'all saying Mike Conley ain't that guy to put Denver on the hump, then how the hell he an all-star? Because the guys just get selected to the all-star team. If you put one of them boys, one of them guards from the all-star team, like Dame Lillard, Steph, Westbrook, even Chris Paul or James Harden, that puts Denver over the hump, folks. So if Mike Conley is supposed to even be talked about in the all-star conversation, that means he's somewhere at least in that stratosphere of those guys, which he is not. And if that's the case, then he should be able to put Denver over the hump. That should be a good deal, right? Everybody be talking about Mike Conley this, got Mike Conley that, but those same people were backing off of the trade. What you mean Denver won't do the deal? If Mike Conley is good as you be saying he is, Denver should be jumping all over the deal. Especially considering the fact Denver still gets some expires. They get to free up about $10 million in cap space. Yeah. So I don't know how much more Denver should want in a deal like that. I think Denver does that deal straight up without draft picks. Mike Conley, JaMychal Green, and Shelvin Mack. Who, by the way, I will say this. I want to touch bases on them. I'm glad I said that. I want to stay away from that for a second. We hard on Shelvin Mack, but I stumbled across something today while looking up the trade machine While doing the trade machine today, I noticed that Shelvin Mack has a PER of 11.6. That's not too bad for a backup point guard that has gotten the criticism that he's got and really has not delivered to the level he has not delivered. So that ain't bad at all. That's pretty interesting. That might be why JB ain't just all the way forgot about Shelvin Mack. Or why he ain't all the way, why he just won't give up on the Shelvin Mack show. Which, hey, we've seen worse. Mario Chalmers was worse. So I would take Shelvin Mack still over Mario Chalmers. Shelvin Mack played not so, but he didn't play bad. He played pretty solid last night. He had 11 points and 6 rebounds, I think it was. 6 assists or 6, I think it was 6 rebounds. And doing 11 points, he played was pretty solid. It just wasn't enough. Wasn't enough. It's not enough guys doing that. Omri Caspi came out and showed out. He had 17 points and 6 assists in 36 minutes. 6 rebounds. JaMychal Green showed out as usual. JaMychal Green had 14 points and 10 rebounds, a double-double. JaMychal Green having a hell of a year. But I will say this about JaMychal Green. JaMychal Green always have a hell of a year when it's contract time. Whenever it's a decision year to be made on JaMychal Green's contract situation, he always step up. He did that the first time when we decided to keep him on before the deal. About 3 years ago, when we decided to keep him, about 4 years ago now, when we decided to keep him on, it was a decision to be made on whether he was going to stay on the roster or we were going to just cut him. And or let his contract die out at the end of the year. That was back when we still had Zebo starting. It was before Fizz. Back when we still had Yeager. And JaMychal Green stepped up then. Stepped up big time. Then when it came time for him a couple years ago to get this new deal that he's getting ready to expire on, he stepped up big then that year. But come last year, the first year of the new deal, he didn't step up like that. He didn't really play like them. The way JaMychal Green playing this year, JaMychal Green didn't play last year. And JaMychal Green had way more opportunity last year. Last year was the year JaMychal Green had the chance to seize and lock up the power forward spot for the next few years for the Memphis Grizzlies. I love JaMychal Green, but JaMychal Green didn't do that. He didn't solidify that spot. He did lock it down last year. I think he averaged like 10 points, 7 rebounds or something, 8 rebounds. That ain't enough, especially when our team was decipated for talent. That was your year to go off. You see Tyreek put up numbers. If nothing else put up numbers, that way they at least can't make the numbers argument against you. So, guys, it's interesting, man, because JaMychal is expiring this year. It's contract year again. It's time for him to get paid again. Of course, he making a statement. I don't want to say JaMychal Green is a contract warrior because I like JaMychal Green as a person. He's a cool dude. He hit me up on Twitter and everything before. So he's a cool dude. Real nice guy. So I like JaMychal. I rock with JaMychal. JaMychal is an underdog coming out of Alabama. One drafted. Didn't have a position. And he's been able to carve out a pretty solid career for a decent career for himself. So I ain't got nothing but much love for JaMychal Green. But I've also noticed a trend in JaMychal Green being highly productive when it's a decision to be made on his contract. I have noticed that. I've noticed that trend. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's that shit there. You coming through so fast. So I don't know, folks. That's pretty interesting, man. Do you keep JaMychal Green or do you trade him and get something for him? Because if you keep him, do you risk him walking for nothing and going to somebody else? Maybe he wants to play for a winner. Maybe a winner offers him a deal. Somebody like Houston. JaMychal Green would definitely start in Houston right now. I would definitely say that. JaMychal Green would absolutely be the starting power forward in Houston. Absolutely. Team like that, can definitely see it. Even possibly a team like San Antonio. I can see it. Even a team like Portland. I can see it. I can see JaMychal Green starting there. I can even possibly see him starting up there in Minnesota, depending on what they try to do. Depending on how, Ryan Saunders and what all, they got a lot of decisions to make up there. Do you re-sign Rose at what price? Because you got to come up, you got to pay for Rose. So bounce it all back to the Grizzlies, man. I don't know, man. I think with last night's loss, that pretty much. I don't see us making the playoffs this year now. I don't know if I can say that no more now. I think this year the best thing going is for us to make this pick as ugly as possible for Boston. Let's get this pick. Let's convey this 2019 first-round draft pick that we owe to Boston as top 8 protected. Let's get that pick conveyed to them. Because last night was just a sign that I don't know if we got it, man. And I think this team was built around a misperception that Mike Conley was going to be able to be our alpha dog. And that's not an alpha. He's proven. I've been to Mark wasn't necessarily an alpha dog. He's a baby. That's cool. Nothing wrong with that. Mark's not into trying to be a superstar. So you got to have an alpha dog there that kind of, that's willing, that won't stick. We had to have that mentality since Zebo, who wanted it. Who said, you know what, I'll take this. Y'all need an alpha dog to carry the load every night to rely on? I'll take that role. You need somebody that's going to for sure get his buckets one way or the other. He finna figure out how to get his, even if ain't nobody getting it for him. I'll get it. That was Zach Randolph's mentality. So, I don't know, folks. We're looking at the situation. Well, these next couple of games are still going to be rough. We ain't got no relief coming up until like the 29th, when we expected to possibly win a game again. And that's going to be against the New Orleans Pelicans. That's here in Memphis. And I don't know, folks, if we might beat them. Because New Orleans is getting a lot better now. New Orleans figured some things out. You know what I'm saying? They definitely doing that. It's an interesting situation to be in, man. I think they got to make a trade for Jermichael Green. I think you got to make a trade if possible for whatever those assets you can get for those guys. Jermichael, even Garrett Temple and Shelvin Mack. All three expirings. You can get anything for that, or Jermichael Green, or even Conley and Mark. Nothing off the table. Ain't nothing off the table. Only reason why I'm hesitant to trade Mark, because I know you might, if you can get a first round pick and some cap space or a contract that's gonna come up soon for Mark, you take that. If you can get the same situation for Mike Conley, you take that. But other than that, I'm not just gonna give up Mark just to get rid of Mark. I'm not doing that. You better off having Marcus All on your team. It's not like Mark ain't a good teacher. It's not like Mark isn't a good player. Because Mark get a lot of criticism in games like last night. People will rag on Marcus All, say he didn't do nothing, he didn't do this and do that. Then I look at the stat line, I'm like, but he had 14 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 blocks. How the hell he ain't do nothing? What is you talking about? Then I go look at the $153 million man. He got 14 points and 3 assists, and they were like, oh, he didn't have enough help. What? What do you need help with? Scoring the ball? Because he damn sure didn't do it. What the hell he need help with? I can argue that Mike Conley got more help right now in Memphis still, despite everything going on, than Damian Lillard has in Portland. Damian Lillard ain't got nothing but CJ McCollum. That's it. Rest of them boys are scrubs on that team. A through Z. So maybe Nurkic. So I don't know, man. We're going to see. Next game. Holla at your boys, Ed Memphis. Square Business Sports segment. I'm out.
That's that, that's that shit there. You coming through so fast.
Yeah.
That's that money. That's that,
Say,
we gotta stay smooth up.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Never thought that I'd be
whoop.
My cousin Corey said it's all in timing. With no guts, no glory, still struggling for it. The thought of that shit annoys me. I've been in pictures since little short.
Yeah.
Big booty girls in the orange. 4G out of the porch beat. You never give a fuck with the score sheet.
Want to talk about the game of life? Ex-slanger, right? Hell burning all else, I can always say I never play myself. Never overstate my wealth. Go so hard for the pain I felt. If we're down anyway, why working so hard to obtain myself? Guess we holding out hope for climbing the ladder up a slippery slope. Might be the realest shit out of a rope, but it's far from the bullshit that you niggas quote. Yeah, that's that yo. That's that shit that had you coming through so fatal. That's that money. Yeah, that's that yo. That's that shit that had you coming through so fatal. That's that money. That's that yo. That's that shit that had you coming through so fatal. That's that money. That's that yo. That's that shit that had you coming through so fatal. H-Town, the straight town, all the way back to the M-Town. So brown, so white, up at it all night. Had to produce a box like Mike. Left the hardest, but I hit you with the right. Gangs tight, my face right. She'll come up missing your game nice. You mad, bro, but you lame, right? But I rose for the motherfucking jungle. Roll on the road, be humble. Number one thing, no fun. If you do, then you better not mumble. Remember to the set when you talk to the feds, you normally me better go X-Fred. Tall fat nigga with the long ass dreads. Say yo. That's that shit that had you coming through so fatal. That's that money. Yeah, that's that yo. That's that shit that had you coming through so fatal. That's that money. Yeah, that's that yo.